Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Debbie, and in this video, I'm going to talk about some Pinterest tips for new users and overall Pinterest marketing tips for 2025. So if you've been collecting Pinterest tips on YouTube, on social media year over year, and you just don't know what to do with all of those tips, you don't know where to start, you've been putting your Pinterest marketing efforts on the back burner, this video is for you. So I've been managing Pinterest account and creating Pinterest strategies since 2017, and there is one common reoccurring theme that I noticed when it comes to brand new accounts or beginners on Pinterest. It's often difficult for them to define their Pinterest goals because they mirror or they go by what they see online, and it's not their fault. Instead of focusing on things like, I want to get X amount of monthly views on Pinterest, I want to get X amount of followers on Pinterest, while Pinterest metrics can absolutely be something that you track, let's think about our end goal. Are we trying to get more blog readers? Are we trying to get more traffic to our podcast? Are we trying to get more traffic to our YouTube channel? Are we trying to get traffic to our top of funnel offers? Are we trying to grow our email list? A little bit of all of the above. So the more specific, the better. And while focusing on growing your Pinterest account, yes, it's important. What's your end goal? How can Pinterest contribute to your business growth? That's what I want to know. And that's what I want you guys to have in mind when you get started with Pinterest. Once you understand your goal, it's going to be a lot easier to do Pinterest keyword research. That's going to help you get the people that need you the most. They're going to discover your pins because you'll be able to optimize your account and your content for search and get discovered by those who need the information, the products and services that you're offering. Pinterest literally gives you the tools that you need to have success when it comes to your keyword research. There are amazing external tools out there that can help you save time, but you will be able to find what you need, especially if you're just getting started and you're like, I don't have a budget for an external tool. That's okay, because you can use Pinterest. Just by using the Pinterest search bar and entering the keywords that your ideal readers or buyers would enter to find your product information or your solution, Pinterest will suggest other keywords that are relevant. You'll also see Pinterest guided search that will help you in the process. And when you're scrolling in the Pinterest feed, you'll also see related searches. So it's going to suggest related keywords. We have to remember that while we may understand our ideal buyers and audience, we may not always know the keyword they will enter to do a search. So this is where tools like this really come in handy. And then you have Pinterest trends, that's phenomenal. Then you also have the keyword tool in the ads dashboard that can really help you further your keyword research. It also shows approximate monthly search volume. And I don't want you guys to give up. If you're doing keyword research and you're like, one of these tools is not bringing up anything or anything specific to what I offer, use another tool. You will find something, whether it's the Pinterest search bar, whether it's related search, whether it's Pinterest trends, whether it's going over Pinterest predicts and seeing what their predictions are, because they always also give keywords, which is really great. And then you can also try external tools. But knowing your keywords will help you optimize your account, optimize your boards, and optimize all of your content going forward, so that when, again, your ideal readers and buyers are searching for your content, you come up because you're providing that good experience. You're optimized for SEO. Your content is optimized with keywords. You are taking the time to follow the community guidelines and provide that good experience, which Pinterest will reward you for. It's going to be amazing for your brand. So once you have your Pinterest keywords, it's going to be time to optimize your Pinterest account. You are going to take the time to create an incredible about section that's going to tell your community, your readers, your Pinterest profile visitors exactly what it is that your brand is, what you do, what you offer, and you're going to add some keywords in there. you're going to create 5 to 10 new Pinterest boards. It can be more or less when you're getting started. It really all depends on how much content you have to work with, and we'll get to that in a second, but you'll do the same. Your board titles are going to be based on your keywords. They will include your keyword. Your board description will also include keywords. You should never keyword stuff. And what I mean by keyword stuffing is your board descriptions should never be essentially just a whole bunch of your keywords separated by a comma. Like, it makes no sense. Tell who's coming up to your account what your board is about. What types of pins are they going to find in that board? Optimize it with keywords. And you'll do the same when you create Pinterest content. Your pin titles will have keywords, your Pinterest pin descriptions. The character limit is very generous now. You have 800 characters that you can use to create an optimized Pinterest pin description. There's no reason for your potential readers or buyers not to know what they're going to discover at the source. So this is your opportunity to really give them that experience, tell them what to expect in that blog post or in that course. Make sure you add some keywords and a good call to action as well. So one question that I get asked a lot is, how often should I be posting on Pinterest this year in 2025? And actually it's something that comes up year over year. And the right answer to this has always been that it's not one way or the highway. A lot of brands will do really well with 1 to 2 pins per day that are really optimized, that provide a good experience. The graphic is optimized, their SEO on their account is on point, their Pinterest pin title, description, everything is on point. And a lot of people will need to publish a little bit more. It all depends also on our niche, what we're trying to achieve with Pinterest, what's our end goal. I always say, nail down the consistency at the beginning. Get used to using Pinterest for what it is, a visual discovery engine. So get used to the idea of using your keywords, that you need to include your keywords throughout your pin creation process as well as your account optimization process. Nail down the consistency. I'd much rather you publish 1 to 3 pins per day than publishing 5 to 10 for 2-3 days, and then you take a step back because you found that it's overwhelming and you give up. So nail down the consistency, and as you also build up your content, so the more your brand grows, the more blog content you have, maybe YouTube videos, podcast episodes, freebies, products, the more content we have to work with. So there really is no right or wrong answer. It's about what you can maintain at the beginning while still being able to provide that good experience. And anytime I say good experience, I'm talking about following the community guidelines on Pinterest, just essentially being there to do what the platform is all about, and it's making people feel good, helping them discover information they need, giving enough context, not being spammy, not being misleading. You're in it because yes, Pinterest can contribute to the growth of your business. You're going to follow the rules. You're going to provide that good experience while enriching the lives of your readers. So next, I want to talk to you guys about keeping a content inventory. I've always kept a content inventory. It has not always been in Notion. I've been using Notion and I use my template, which I'll link in the description, for the last 2 years. However, you can easily do this in a Google Doc or whatever. What I mean by a content inventory is that each one of your blog posts, each one of your YouTube videos, each one of your podcast episodes, of your products, your services, those landing pages to those freebies or paid offers, they all belong in a content inventory when it comes to Pinterest, where what you're going to do is you're going to create a column where you're going to add the title, so the original title or headline, okay, on that page. So whether it's a blog title or a product name, and then you're going to create different variations of the titles with a different keyword that you found on Pinterest. And then you're going to create in your content inventory a keyword-rich description that includes a call to action, and you're going to add the link. So when you're creating content in whatever tool you use, whether it's Canva or something else, all you have to do is copy and paste on your designs the titles, and it allows you also to create multiple pins for each of your items. Having that inventory takes away the feeling of, oh, I don't know what to post on Pinterest today, I don't know what I have. You have a lot to work with. Most cases when people come to me, everyone gets a content inventory. Whether I do management for them or a strategy, it's one of the first things I do for them. And it just takes away the overwhelm that they had. They're like, oh my God, I have so much to work with. I do have clients where they already have a lot to work with. They're bloggers, they're monetized, they'll have 200 plus blogs, they'll have a YouTube channel. So for them, the inventory process is so easy because they have so much to work with. But if you are a smaller creator or a smaller brand, you're just getting started, it's encouraging to see your content inventory grow as you keep writing new blogs, as you keep recording new podcast episodes. And every time you create one piece of content, it can become multiple pins, a fresh pin because we're creating a different pin description, a different pin title on the graphic or as overlay on the video. And it gives you more opportunities to get discovered by your ideal readers or buyers, because again, we never know exactly which of the keywords your ideal reader or buyer is going to use on Pinterest to find what you have to offer. In the long run, it saves you so much time. I highly recommend it. I wouldn't do anything else when it comes to Pinterest and content organization. It is just such a relief when I open my content inventory and I never have to wonder, oh, I have nothing to publish. Of course I have stuff to publish. I have so many blogs, so many pieces of content that I can work with, so many ways to get people in my funnel. And it's exciting whether you already have a lot to work with or whether you're brand new and you see your content inventory grow, and it helps you save a lot of time week over week or month over month when you're planning your content. Another thing that's really important when it comes to Pinterest marketing in 2025, well, actually for any year for that matter, is the experience you provide at the source. So the experience we provide on our website, on our product pages, on our landing pages is so important. Pinterest will not fix a business. So if you've had a business for a while and you're noticing that people are not buying your products, people are not signing up for your offers, Pinterest will not fix that for you. Oftentimes, we need to have a look at what's happening on your landing page, on your website, before we can even start thinking, not just Pinterest related, but conversions. If they're not happening, if you already have an audience and traffic, that means we have problem probably somewhere along the lines of your offer, your copy, the positioning, and that's something that needs to be looked at. So it's really important for you guys to know that so that you don't come to Pinterest thinking that, okay, Pinterest is gonna fix my business. Pinterest will contribute significantly to the success of your blog, of your business, of whatever it is you're trying to achieve, but we have to understand that it's not there to fix anything. It's going to complement your efforts. And it's always important to remember that the experience we provide at the source, doesn't matter if it's Pinterest, doesn't matter if we're using YouTube to send traffic to our website, or if we're using Instagram or TikTok or any other platform, we cannot just hop from one platform, one search engine or one social media platform to the next in the hopes that it will convert. A lot of times we have to look at what's the actual problem here. Is it our offer? Is it our products? Is it our copy? Is it the user experience of our landing page? So that's something that's always important to keep in mind. I know that this year can be the year where you start seeing results with Pinterest. Be consistent, be in it for the long run. It takes time. A lot of pins can start ranking and coming up in searches faster than others, depending again on your niche, how competitive that niche is on Pinterest. However, the good news is it doesn't matter if you're working with a niche where there are already thousands of accounts and creators on Pinterest. If you are doing your keyword research and you are putting out quality content, you will start to rank in searches. So always, always, always remember to start with identifying your goal, doing your keyword research, optimize that account, be in it for the long run, identify what it is that makes you unique as well, that can really help you in your keyword research process. You also want to make sure you follow the community guidelines, and I'll also leave a link to that in the video description. The other thing too is there are a few things I would want to make sure you guys don't do on Pinterest. There is a growing trend on Pinterest that I see a lot of accounts are uploading popular short form videos from other creators, whether they are YouTube shorts, TikTok videos, and in the pin description, they'll say no copyright intended, please DM or message for removal. They're using those videos to send traffic to affiliate products or whatever it may be. Do not do that. If your account gets reported repetitively for copyright, you can get your account suspended. That's the last thing you want. So always follow the guidelines, the copyright guidelines, get familiar with them. I don't care if it takes a while for you to go through those guidelines. The more you know, the better. And of course, it's different if you're collaborating with a creator and you both are creating a video together of some sort. Of course, you're each going to upload it to your accounts. You can actually, even in the pin description, tag each other. So you can actually use the @ sign in a Pinterest pin description to tag a creator or another account, and you can tag each other in the description, and that's great. What I'm talking about is some accounts where they just essentially download a whole bunch of videos they find on the internet, upload it as their own on Pinterest, and add a note that says no copyright intended, DM for removal. It's just plain and simple not okay. Do not do this. Also, always make sure that you're transparent about what people will find at the source. If your pin title says free masterclass, please make sure it's a free masterclass and that they don't end up on a page where there is no free masterclass and it's a paid course. Just be transparent. I wish you so much success on Pinterest this year. And if you have any questions, about Pinterest strategy or management, please send me an email. I'll put it in the description. Be sure to like and follow if you like this content. Thanks for watching.